Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a project that is just mind-bogglingly huge. I mean, people are calling it a new Great Wall. But this one, it's not made of stone. It's built from silicon and data. And believe me, this isn't just about some fancy new servers and cables. We're talking about a move that could completely redefine the global power landscape. Okay, let's just start with the nickname it's been given, because it says it all. The Digital Great Wall. And that's not just some clever marketing slogan, right? It signals a really deep strategic goal here. And that's exactly what we're going to unpack.
So to really wrap your head around this, we're not talking about just one big data center. No way. This is an AI computing corridor that stretches over 2,000 kilometers. I mean, that's an infrastructure project on a continental scale. It's deliberately meant to echo the sheer ambition of the original Great Wall.
So what is this thing, really? To get what's going on, you have to look past the incredible engineering. I mean, that's part of it for sure. But the real story is that this is a complete paradigm shift in how computing power is even organized. Look, this is not just about building another giant record-breaking supercomputer. It's about moving way beyond those isolated giants. The old model was having these massive but separate machines. This new model? It's about creating a single, unified neural network that links the entire nation's tech hubs into one cohesive brain.
A great way to think about it is like a national connective tissue. It's designed to solve one of the biggest problems in AI today, just getting access to enough computing power. And with this, suddenly, everyone, from university researchers to tiny startups, they all get to plug into the exact same massive pool of resources.
And yeah, this thing did not just pop up overnight. Not even close. This was a deliberate, decade-long marathon. I mean, just look at this timeline. It shows a really consistent, state-led investment in every single piece of the puzzle, from designing the chips all the way to building the energy grids needed to power the whole shebang.
Okay, so let's shift gears a bit, because this incredible piece of tech isn't just for show. It's designed to completely rewire an entire economy. Think of it as the new core utility, like electricity or water, for what they're calling the productive forces of the digital age.
So what's happening here is the state is essentially providing the raw, computational brain power for, well, everything. This is that industrial strength processing power you need for the really big stuff, like developing autonomous vehicles, doing cutting-edge medical research, or optimizing complex logistics on a global scale.
And this is where it gets really clever. Check out this feedback loop at the heart of the whole strategy. An AI algorithm improves a factory's production line, right? Saves a ton of money. But then, that newly efficient factory generates a flood of brand new data. And guess where that data goes? Right back into the hub to train an even smarter, more advanced AI. It's this self-improving cycle that's just designed for exponential growth.
So what's the end game? Well, the ultimate goal here is to fundamentally shift the country's entire economic identity. The ambition is to move from being the world's factory to becoming the world's laboratory. It's all about injecting this intelligence into every single part of the economy and focusing on high-end innovation and R&D.
But maybe the biggest impact of all isn't economic or even technological. It could be geopolitical. Because let's face it, in the 21st century, real power is about who controls the data and the algorithms. And this project, it's a direct move to alter that global balance.
And let's be clear, this is a direct counterweight to the dominance of American tech giants. Think Google, Microsoft, Amazon. By building its own sovereign, state-led alternative, China isn't just shooting for digital independence. It's actively carving out its very own sphere of technological influence on the world stage.
And this table here, it really lays it all out. We're seeing two completely different visions for the future of the internet emerge. On one side, you've got the Western model, which is largely corporate-led and built on more open ideals. And on the other, you have this state-led model, where the top priorities are national security and cyber sovereignty. These are two fundamentally different philosophies clashing.
This whole project is basically the ultimate expression of an idea called cyber sovereignty. And what that means is that the state maintains strict control over the digital world inside its borders. It prioritizes national security and oversight, which is a big departure from those open, almost libertarian ideals that the early internet was built on.
And of course, you can't talk about this without looking at the national security angle, because any advanced AI that's developed on this civilian hub has direct military applications. We're talking about everything from cyber warfare to autonomous weapons.
The line between commercial tech and defense tech gets really, really blurry here. And it's all part of what many people are calling a new AI arms race.
Okay, so let's pull it all together. We've looked at the technology, the economics, and the geopolitics. So when you put all of that in one pot, what's the big picture? What's the ultimate takeaway here?
What we're looking at is really a new kind of national power. It's not about building power outward with aircraft carriers and fleets anymore. It's about building power inward by creating this massive digital nervous system for the entire country. The end goal is to create a sort of collective national intelligence, a shared brain that every part of the economy and the state can tap into.
And for the rest of the world, what does this mean? Well, it probably means a future that's a lot more fragmented and competitive. We're seeing the beginning of what people call a technological bifurcation, basically a great splitting of the digital world. You could end up with totally separate tech ecosystems running on different hardware, operating under completely different ethical rules.
And that leaves us with one last, big question to think about. As intelligence itself becomes the most valuable currency on the planet, who is going to be the one to write the rules for our future? Because this race, it's about a lot more than just technology.